back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am the last person to pass the mage exam for the first class, Drooby-Doo.
And I revived my co-host with my knowledge of black magic and human skeletal biology, Soberoni.
And welcome back to Waifu Wars podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu because she is trash. What's going on, Oni?
I am beyond exhausted from a very active day. How are you doing, Drew?
I'm just I didn't do much but watch anime, but however, I am still, I wouldn't even say I'm tired. It's just allergies kicking my butt. Like, it's going all to my head. It feels like, my three brain cells are like playing like volleyball. I don't know why I said an odd number volleyball, but whatever. Like I said, I'm tired. I put the mic close to me because I don't feel like talking loud. So if I'm a little muted somehow after all this, my bad. But yeah, we're here back with our little show. So without any further ado, let's get started. As always, we're gonna start with our new segment, This Week in Anime. Oh gosh, okay, sorry, a YouTube video almost started to play. Oni, if you would be so kind, tell us the news that you found for us.
Yes, well, there was a big Blue Archive event yesterday, I believe, and they revealed Sensei's face for the anime. This was a big question for the Blue Archive anime that they kind of kept under wraps. Will they be showing Sensei? Will Sensei be in it? And yeah, they revealed him. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Blue Archive, basically the main character, Sensei, has always been never shown on the game, and it's always a running joke of no one knows what he looks like. And it's always been this whole, it's actually plays in some key events in the game, which is pretty funny. So for them to actually reveal a design for him is pretty out there, to get a canon design for what he looks like. I will say I have issues with it because he looks a bit too young, but all things said, it's not the worst design ever.
Yeah, just a generic MC. I mean, I like the style of his hair. It's like one of those, like, the style is like messy, but like in a coordinated way.
Yeah, it's like you said, he looks similar to Ridao from Fate and several other just gotcha MCs. My guess as to why they wouldn't make him look older is because they're probably going to do some romance scenes with the girls, and they're probably like, oh, we don't want to have like a 40-year-old teacher, hitting on high school girls in our show, which leads me to believe they'll probably make a fateful adaptation of the story. So that's positive. I hope they adapt the story because Blue Archive surprisingly has a very good main plot. So
can I ask, what made you think he was older, or gave you the impression that he was older?
It's mostly just like he's a teacher. Everyone looks up to him, like, oh, Sensei, he's the most like reliable. Like, he has like that reliable older man energy. Plus, one of his powers in the game is that he has a credit card that lets him do anything. So I feel like that's associated with being older, being financially stable.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Okay, yeah, I was like, why? Why are you so mad that he's younger? But, but I guess those context clues would have you to believe that he is old. I mean, if they are going to go down a more romantic scene where he is going to be flirtatious with the girls, then yeah. I mean, I'm kind of glad he's younger looking. I mean, considering these girls look like they are in middle school, it's still kind of to me. It's still kind of gross to me, but
the appearance of the Blue Archive girls is wildly inconsistent. Some of them look like they're in middle school, and some of them look like they're in their 20s, but they're all between like 16 and 18.
Oh, okay. I mean, fine. I mean, that's still weird for reasons, but you know, I can only expect so much from what seems like a somewhat ecchi gacha game.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess I can't. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm looking forward to it. Oni is looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it for both of us.
Right. Okay, so that's gonna be it for our news. Only because I just didn't feel like combing for more news. I'm just at nights I just get sick as hell. So I was like, I can't read. However, we do have a filler arc. So when did this happen? On March 21st, approximately 5:50 p.m., someone tagged us in a Twitter and tagged us a bunch of other people and asked the following: can I encourage you all to rally your Twitter following to give 1-star reviews to PayPal to, oh, you gonna say on the App Store over their decision to not work with Fanbox over adult content? Did you hear about this?
I briefly heard about something like that. Yeah.
So, and please feel free to chime in because I briefly kind of just did a little research and looked up what Fanbox is. It looks like it's like Patreon ish, but
For
art.
artists. Yeah, it's like mostly for artists.
Yeah. So basically, PayPal is no longer letting the users buy 18 plus content on Fanbox. Excuse me. Which, you know, so it's so interesting because it brings up a lot of things. One, it brings up the like using PayPal versus not using PayPal, because you know one of the first questions I asked was like, well, then that's such a big deal. Like, I don't get it. So I kind of just Googled it. I'm just like, you know, what's the difference between PayPal and the credit card? I feel like maybe even on another episode of this podcast we talked about it briefly. I just forgot about it because it was so long ago. But I guess people really like that privacy and that security that PayPal gives through the encryptions.
Yeah.
Which in my mind, that's all it kind of boils down to.
I'm pretty sure there's like some other things in there somewhere, but for the most part, probably.
Yeah, because I couldn't, you know, everyone was saying that was like the main.
It's just more convenient to just be like, oh yes, it's linked to my.
Yeah, click a button.
Yeah, I don't have to type in my card number.
Yeah, so, you know, keep in mind, people can also just play with credit cards. Okay, I'm going down to this pre-written review. I'm in sidebar. No shade to the person who wrote me this, and if they're listening to this, this is no shade, but I can find so many better things I can rally my Twitter following to do than to shit on PayPal. That is no shade. I was never going to do this because, wow, yes, I know. And this is why I brought up you, Oni, because I'm like, yes, this goes into your whole wheelhouse of like, oh my god, expression, censorship.
I mean,
oh no,
that, but it's not like the most egregious one. I think part of it might be because you can have a PayPal and theoretically be under 18 and have money in it. You know what I mean? Like with a credit card, you have to, it's much more, you know, like you're to try to scam someone with a credit card. I mean, it's hard to not get a credit card and not be 18. But with PayPal, I mean, you can be like 14 or 15 and have a PayPal. And like,
that's really.
I mean, not legally, I guess, but
not legally, but for all intents and purposes, you can
just log in and create a PayPal or whatever. I mean, I don't know how it works precisely, Maybe you can. I feel like there's less security involved in creating a PayPal and just like getting money sent to it.
I mean, I don't
having a credit card and a bank account.
But wait, but don't you have to like?
Do you have to have a bank account for your PayPal? I'm not sure.
But how do you put money into your PayPal then? Otherwise, for the G&A PayPal, like yeah, we have like our cards and our accounts.
It's a business account though. I don't know if it's the same for like a personal account.
I don't
know.
I don't have.
I don't know. I'm not an expert on PayPal, so I'm just throwing that.
I just assumed you were because you use it more than me.
I use it for the convenience, not for any other.
I use it literally once or twice a year, if that.
Unless the only other thing I think of is in certain parts of the world, maybe it's harder to get a credit card, and PayPal is just like more convenient. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I also, this is the first time that companies have like been against X-rated things, like when it comes to like, for example, like credit cards. I forget was it MasterCard?
That's the thing I was going to bring up. It seems like there's this whole movement of like credit card companies and financial institutions just like trying to not like to move away from porn and stuff because they
Although there's an actual, I feel like there's an actual legit reason for the credit cards though. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a good reason, but it's like understandable reason.
Oh yeah, they don't want to be associated with like things that might be, you know, illegal.
No, not so much that. More so, apparently, like when people's like husbands or wives would be going through the statements and be like, huh, what do you spend $30 on, honey? And then of course, depending on the situation, the husband's gonna be like, I don't know, that's some random charge. And then she's like, oh, that's crazy, time to cancel that. I feel like that's actually more because you know straight people get with porn. Like some people
more circumstantial. I feel like the bigger thing.
If I can get banned from buying shit on Grand Blue Fantasy over misunderstanding, you know people are canceling shit.
Yeah,
wives are going into
they'll be losing so much money not allowing you to use it on porn sites. I feel like
but they're losing. But if it's happening, I don't think there's
much, like an epidemic of like random wives finding their husband's accounts on, you know, Pornhub or something. Like I'm sure that happens. I just don't think it happens to the degree where MasterCard's gonna be like, "Yup, we don't need these $10 billion people would spend on the porn industry."
But I don't know. I can't believe that they'd be like, "Huh, we're the bank and we're trying to be pious." I don't think it's that.
I think it's literally because they're afraid that people might be hosting, you know, like CP on porn sites and then being like, oh well, that opens up to legal liability that we let you fund actual, you know, child porn or something.
That's
because there was that big thing. That's what they did with PayPal or with Pornhub, where you the whole reason that you can't use credit card on Pornhub anymore is because apparently it was found that there were some underage actors or something, and that's why Pornhub did their whole like purge of MasterCard, and then we're like, yep, nope, we're out.
Wait, oh, I didn't know that was connected to the cards. Wait, so how do you buy anything on premium on like
Pornhub?
Yeah, if you can't,
you have to use either crypto or like some third party link it to your bank thing.
Oh my god!
Not that I buy anything on Pornhub. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Excuse me. No. Act like you didn't admit multiple times that you bought Pornhub Premium.
Well,
singing its praises. Singing its praises.
I used to before it got too difficult.
But yes, before all that happened. But yeah, that is interesting.
Listen, I like to support the industries I partake in. All right.
Yes,
I'm a
same.
philanthropist.
Okay, don't make it sound all that. Just say you support sex workers like everyone else. That's what makes you sound cool.
Okay, I support sex.
That's a cool thing to say. And as do I when I can. But yeah, I just thought this was something very interesting, and
it does suck, I guess, because that means it's just generally gonna make less business on Fanbox.
Yeah, a lot of it hurts a lot of independent artists. So I actually do feel feel them on this.
Mm.
But yeah, but although review bombing PayPal is not going to.
Oh, it definitely won't fix anything now.
No, it will not fix anything. Yeah, but much love to the artist. I hope y'all just without them credit cards and help them out through that. Without your credit cards, without your debit cards, and help these artists get paid. And if for some reason you can't because you needed a PayPal, then you were probably not supposed to be buying that shit anyways.
Yes.
But yeah, I think
that was a productive and fun conversation.
Right? Okay. look at me. I knew you would like that.
That was one of our filler arcs that did not go into bloody murder.
Right. Yeah. I absolutely. Although I will just be like, I'm not gonna lie though. The way when I first saw this, because I was ready to just throw this aside because I rolled my eyes so hard. I was like, girl, there are literally people that like getting murdered in Gaza every day. What this is where we choose to rally? No, nothing else. No, okay.
Well, leave a bad review for Israel on PayPal.
Wait, what? Did you say really a bad review for
Israel on the App Store?
You are fucking stupid. Oh my god. Okay. Now that we're done with our filler arc, we're gonna start our weekly review. And we're going to start off with Solo Leveling. Is this episode of the week? I guess so.
It will share it with something else from me, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's my episode of the week. Yeah,
it was hype.
It was hype. It was really good fighting. Poor Jinwoo got his ass beat. Also, why are all the dudes' names start with Jin?
I'm like that.
Like this episode in particular, Jin Ho, then his brother Jin Sung, then Jin Woo. I was like Jin. Like, okay. Yeah, I know Korea has more names than just Jin.
No, it doesn't. It's just Jin.
Just Jin. But yeah, no, the fighting was really excellent in terms of the animation. I really liked, of course, him running to the fact that he's like, "Oh no, I'm an assassin type," and everyone is armored, so I have to get creative. Excuse me, which he did, and I do like that. A lot of the fights are just like stab where there's no armor. Because it makes sense.
I think this episode was the closest I'll ever get to seeing a adaptation of Dark Souls, because that whole ass fight against that super Dark Souls looking dude. We even had a Dark Souls name was like Dark Knight Igneous of the Forgotten Throne or whatever.
Yeah,
that was insane. And yeah, just seeing him fucking body Jinwoo.
Literally, just smacking him everywhere. I love when he's like, then I'll just fight without a weapon. And then he's like, oh, he's now fighting with weapons too. Some type of honor thing, right? Cuts to him just getting just worked over. My God, I was like, girl, pick up your knife. It's not worth it. How did he get even stronger? I feel like that would be some Dark Souls shit where he just throws away his weapons. And then you're like, okay, it should be fine because he's not using that big ass sword, right? And then it's like, no, I'm even faster and more vicious.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah, all those things that they said. And yeah, and then oh my God, that was so messed up that he had to, after he was done, we were just like, yay, he won. And then Army of Armor comes out, and I'm just like, oh. So you're just gonna fight them all. Also, I think it's so bullshit that he can't use healing items. I don't know. People were watching the live watch with us. They could have sworn that there were games where in job advancements you can't use items. I've never played a game where that's the case.
I feel like I have. I just can't think of anything.
Never, ever, ever. Yes, some things are restricted. Maybe it'll be like you can't call on help for this job, advancement, which and that makes sense, obviously, but to go that far, I don't know. That was a lot. That was a lot for me. But yeah, no, this show it just had really good tension overall. Poor Jinho and Jinho's brother, who was just like, I'm just here to be a dick. I'm scouting people. Oh, you were doing your little thing, but don't fuck with my shit. And I'm just like, oh, okay, dickhead. Jesus. Jesus. And it seems some people are returning back to Jeju Island to, just scout things out, see what's going on. Poor Jeju Island. I feel like excuse me. I feel like Jeju Island is just always in the center of some shit. And every manhwa, every show I see, there's something with Jeju Island. People of Jeju Island can't rest for a second.
No
rest for Jeju Island. Okay, but yeah, it's a good episode.
Very good, very, very good. I'm looking forward to seeing the last one. Okay,
up next we have Dungeon Meshi, episode 13.
Which was my other episode of the week.
Damn, I saw this episode. You just said that. The moment I said it, I was just like, oh, fuck, wait, I forgot this episode was also excellent.
Yeah, this episode was pretty damn wild.
Yeah. Fine, I'm splitting it too. I forgot. I literally forgot about this episode. You learn a lot about Martial this episode.
Yeah, this was like I said before, I was waiting for Martial to be relevant, and he was very relevant this episode.
I feel like she's also relevant last episode.
Yeah, she got a couple of good relevancy episodes.
She kind of she kind of helped blow up the dragon. I feel like ever since the Undyne episode, I feel like even though she did get hurt and did technically lose to Undyne, but I don't know. She was getting her sparkle towards the end for sure. Fighting the dragon, literally healing everyone. And then I feel like we reached the climax of her character development where she's just like, oh yeah, I got books of dark magic.
Yeah, by the way, I know some dark magic. Shh, don't tell anyone.
And she's like, well, we can't bring anyone because she's homegirl's been kind of digested. So and then it was so weird how they were trying to still make it kind of slice of life-ish. When they're just like, okay, we just have to put her body together, and the knee was connected to the leg bone.
I really had PTSD from our human skeletal bio when they were talking about like the finger bones and shit.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I wish I remembered. Made me sad that I'm just like, because I was like, damn, if I tried to connect all these bones together.
Oh, I'd fuck up.
Oh, yeah, listen, girl, like, if I tried to revive Oni, his hand would be back. His hand would be his foot. Like, like.
I forgot. Girl, you have to like. I do appreciate the attention to detail because they had the arm bones like crossed over each other like an X kind of shape. I'm like, oh right, yeah, because they're like parallel. You have to like. They're not parallel. They're like intersecting. I remember learning that in bio. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I would totally fuck up your arm. Sorry, dude, I don't remind you.
Period.
Your arm moving fucking backwards.
Baby, you'd have femurs for arms. Like, but yeah. So that was cool, but a tad odd that they were just being so like putting back your dead sister. Like, let's make this a fun moment.
Yeah, like putting her back, like assembling Legos or something. Everyone worked together. It had like a vibe. It was very creepy yet slice of lifey at the same time. Because this whole episode had that kind of creepy mood ambiance to it.
Right, because then right after she was just like, time to resurrect you. And wow, the resurrection moment was kind of cool. Homegirl actually coming back to life, that was super traumatic.
Yeah, she was
like she's covered in blood. Like when she fainted, I'm like, I thought they weren't done. I was like, no, where's the rest of her? But they're like, oh no, that is her. She's just covered in like her blood is caked with her skin is caked with blood for whatever reason.
She even had blood in her throat, like she had to cough out all the blood.
Cough out the blood, right? And she was disoriented and
it was not pretty. It was not like the magical resurrection that you see in like other
right. We thought it was going to be like, then she's like, I'm back. Oh, what happened?
And, you know, this is my theory, but I'm putting it out there. I think the fact that they used the dragon
meat is why her powers are stronger.
It's stronger, and I think it's going to have some adverse effect on her going down the road.
Oh, absolutely. I really was like half expecting her to listen. I've seen enough shows by Joss Whedon where they resurrect shit and resurrect people, and I know at some point when it's done like this, shit always goes wrong.
They even did that because Marcia was like, "Oh, this is black magic." I mean, but you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad or anything. I'm like, there's a reason for it.
Right? Chocho's like, I don't know, girl.
There's a reason it was banned. You know?
Reason why people don't do this anymore.
So I'm like half expecting, all right, either she's just gonna like suddenly die at some point, or she's gonna turn evil, or some crazy shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, also, of course, at the end where the Dark Elf finds the magic circle, I'm like,
I knew he was gonna come back. I'm so happy.
Yeah, he came back.
Continuity.
But also, bitch, why did you not get rid of the magic circle? Why would you leave it up till the morning to get rid of?
Yeah.
No, we're getting rid of it tonight. Literally, while y'all taking a bath, I'm scrubbing it with water or whatever. I'm spraying some Windex on that shit. No. Man. But yeah, but at least for the time being, Phelan is back and better than ever. It's kind of crazy that like her being healed was supposed to be, in my mind, like the climax of this series, but then I just realized like last week or the week before it's 24 episodes. So we resurrected her, but we're only at the halfway point. So I'm like super excited. I know the spring and summer is packed. I think it's getting to a point where I might ask Patreon like if they want to see this, or they want us to keep covering this, because regardless, I'm still watching it. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
have to.
I'm still gonna watch it.
I'm too invested. This is like way too cool, way too crazy. Also, I love how Phelan immediately was like down to eat monsters. She was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool! Oh my god, you have a monster! You have a monster on that sword? Can we eat it?
Monsters? I'll eat a monster right now.
Right? Let's eat the one in your sword."
Mm-hmm.
It was so sad how he was just like, "Yeah, we know we have to kill it at some point." I was like, "No, no, yes, I know it kind of almost caused you to die, but no."
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that makes it things cool and quirky.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss him.
But yeah, and it would be some shit that out of all episodes they're having fucking pizza dragon or dragon pizza. Excuse me.
That looks so good though. Pizza Hut, do it, or Domino's.
Really? What do you mean it looked good? It's just a slab of meat on a pizza.
Yes.
How is it different from any other meat pizza?
No, no. It was like a full ass steak on pizza. I want that. Domino's or Pizza Hut or one of you guys needs to just do steak pizzas. But make it thematic and call it like Dragon Tail Pizza or some shit. But then put like a whole ass like 8-ounce, sirloin steak on the pizza.
Oh my god, so you're ready to waste $50 for that steak. Ironically enough, today someone posted a picture of a General Tso chicken pizza.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, the irony, because I think it's been literally like 10 years since I've had that pizza, the General Tso chicken pizza, which to this date is like the best pizza experience I ever had. Like hands down. I really don't think.
Where was this at? Was it just like a random restaurant or something?
It was a random restaurant in Troy, which is a town outside of Albany. So yes, I was still in Albany at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like a fancy it was a small but fancy pizza place where when I ordered it, because first it was like $16-$18 a slice. Jeez. And I was like, yeah, and you're like, oh my god, why is it $16-$18 a slice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it came out, and then it was a big ass slice of pizza with a shit ton of chicken and broccoli on it. No, it's one of those pizzas I had to eat it with a fork and knife. That's how big it was. So it was definitely worth the money. The money was well spent. Absolutely.
I will need to look up pictures of this later.
And it was later, girl. I can send it to you right now. I will. Although I will say,
this bookmarked.
I will say, it did not look like this, because notice how this is like a pan pizza that you can just take a slice and eat it. Well, I'm about to share with you, but the pizza I had, like I said, it was just a huge fucking slice, and it's really thick too. So it didn't quite look like this, but around the same ballpark. This does look good though. This does look good. So yeah, that was very interesting.
I mean, I can make this. I could just buy a pizza and put General Tso's chicken.
You absolutely can do that. What's stopping you?
Yeah, true.
What is stopping you?
I can make the dragon pizza.
What?
The dragon pizza.
Can you?
I think that'd be a fun project.
Would it be a fun project? It's you just literally just making a steak and slapping it on the pizza.
And get some pizza and slap the steak on the pizza.
You said it's a fun project. Like all you're doing is just making a steak, girl.
But it's thematic.
It is indeed thematic. Steak pizza. I just feel like that's just that is just such a big back activity. So funny.
By the way, I feel like Dungeon Meshi, if they didn't do it already, they definitely need to release a cookbook at some point. It's like anime merch.
Actually, let me look it up in case they did.
They have to. That'd be like the number one thing to think of.
Meshi cook.
Like if they did like a full color cookbook or something at like Kino Kuniya, I'd buy that shit.
I don't think this is this a cookbook? I don't think this is a cookbook. What does it say? The Adventures Bible, Delicious in Dungeon. Yeah, no, this is not a cookbook. Is this a cookbook? No, this is the manga. Or
Is this a cookbook? No, it's a manga.
This is for the Dungeons and Dragons cookbook, which I know is very popular. Wait, is this what I think this is? The more I have blah 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 blah. Even though I got the question, because I love the IP, it doesn't make more sense to create the no blah 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 blah. Dungeon Meal Guide for Adventurers, a Dungeon Meshi fan book. Yeah, so there's someone who made a blog post about it. So there's like unofficial versions of this apparently. They don't have an official one. Well, there's not the unofficial ones are being made because I guess enough people are just like, fuck this, I'm gonna do it myself.
Fuck yeah, I'll do it myself, yeah. I'm surprised they haven't done it. Do it. Come on, Dungeon Meshi.
Wow.
It makes too much sense.
This is Do they wait, is this in the book? Do they have the recipes in the book themselves? Cause I clicked on this random link and it's this.
I mean, probably.
This it literally is giving you a recipe for. Now, keep in mind, it's literally for tentacle nochi. So, remember, a lot of these things that they eat, it's not like just chicken, Oni.
I know.
I mean, literally, oh, yeah, no, this literally can't, this is literally just based off the manga. Okay, so this is not like a real cookbook thing. Because the first ingredient says tentacles. Unless you want to get some octopus tentacles and get spicy.
You could substitute with octopus tentacles, probably. Like, if they made like a real practical cookbook, that'd be cute.
Yeah, I think this is just be like, haha, cool, we're doing like an anime thing. We're being cute with it. Because it just says, add seasonings and allow flavors to bloom. I'm like, bitch, all I see for seasonings is salt, garlic, and spicy chili peppers. I'm sorry, that is not. I don't know. In my mind, that is not enough for me. That's not enough spices for me. But yeah, very very interesting. It was happy to see Phelan and Marcel have their little moments together where she's like, oh, I'm so happy to have you back. I'm just like, oh, you guys are so cute. They're really cute together. I really appreciated that moment that they had together. Same with the brother where he's like, don't do that again, and then she's like, I don't even remember how I died. Also, thank you anime for the panty shot of Senshi when he almost got blown to bits. I appreciate
this was a very fan service episode. We also had the Marciel and Phelan bathing together scene.
I want to see Senshi bathe.
And I'm sure that'll launch 1,001 dojins.
It won't. I wish it would though.
Oh no, not okay. I'm saying Marciel and Fallon bathing.
Oh yeah. No, but all I got was Senshi Bulge, which you know, I'll take my victories when I can get them. All right, let's move on to Cherry Magic episode 11. I will say this. I'm happy that the whole drama with the Dachi and Kurosawa's been resolved.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did not have to linger for. It had not to be a whole episode. Like, actually, a lot of this episode was more on the resolution as opposed to them just sulking over it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really appreciated that. I think it was sweet that Adachi wrote a handwritten letter. This is very romantic. It was very.
Oh, I was gonna
romantic,
say that was the worst part. That was so cheesy and dumb.
It's wow. No, I mean, no. Okay, now would I do it? It depends. I mean, yes, I get it. Only
the way I would never see it because I throw out like 99.9% of my mail. So if you wrote me something, it would just go in the garbage.
Oh no, I would never. I don't think I would mail it to someone just for that precise reason. I'd probably hand them the letter.
Mm-hmm. And then I'd be like, why didn't you just text me this?
Okay, well, so Oni isn't romantic. Big shock.
I'm very romantic.
You're not.
That is a really dumb thing to do.
Why is it dumb to write a letter? Why do you feel like it's dumb to write a letter?
Because this is the year 2024.
Okay, like I said, not romantic. Not like I said, not romantic. I feel like this was the perfect medium for him to pick because some things can get misconstrued in text, like and. I'm sorry if you send me multiple paragraphs in a text, you're gonna lose me at some point.
Then just
you're going to lose right at that point. But remember, Adachi's not great with verbal communication. That's the whole point. That's what led to this whole fight to begin with. He's not really good at the whole talking bit. So he's like, I'm going to give you this letter to convey how I feel because I kind of suck at talking, and this is clearly important to you.
I hope your next boyfriend sent.
No, I don't. I don't want. I know. I do not want
smoke signal.
Okay, does it? I love how we went from letters to not to communication without even using the alphabet. Okay, Oni.
And I'm like, wow, that's so romantic.
Okay,
he did the smoke signal to you.
Okay, I hope. I can't wait till we start. I can't wait till we start recording with our faces so I can just flip you off. No, I'm gonna flip you off in sign language since you want to be cute. But yeah, no, I think it was very. Yeah, it was just very different. There's very different ways to communicate. I feel like a letter is a way to be like. Because if you get a letter from someone, it's just like, oh my god, like they're being serious about something, and it'll make you want. I feel like it'll make you want to pay attention a little more to what's being written. You can't tell me
it strikes me as like a high schooler trying too hard to be impressed. Like, oh, did you know I can?
No one writes letters. No one was writing letters in high school. What are you talking about?
That's what I mean. It sounds like a high schooler way of doing something, like trying to stand out. Like, oh,
wait, I just said they don't do that in high school. So why would you say that's the way to stand out?
It would be a way of standing out. Like, I'm doing the thing that no one else does. I'm writing you a letter, and isn't it so romantic that I'm?
Yeah, but that's not just the reason. Like, I'm fine with it because it's also practical. Like, he's not just doing this to be romantic. He's doing this because it's like, okay, clearly talking is bad, and I don't want to sound impersonal coming off by text, which definitely happens, like, all the time. Like I said, people do things and get misconstrued all the time to be a text. So yeah, I think this was the best. I think this was a really good way for him specifically. I'm not saying everyone needs to start writing letters to everybody for every little thing. I'm just saying for him, in this instance, he picked the right time to write the letter.
No, well, if anyone out there, future girlfriends, if you write a letter to me, we're breaking up.
That's right, guys.
Unless you are like being held captive somewhere, and the only way you communicate with me is by letter.
Oh my god! I hope you know I'm gonna talk all your girlfriends to write you a letter. I like, I'm gonna do it like on your birthday. I'll be like, make sure you know what he would really love. Write a letter for his birthday. It would mean so much for him because it's so deep and personal, and then he loves shit like that.
Because they know me, they'd be like, "No, are you crazy? Break up with me like that."
No, he would, because you would never. First of all, someone like you would never bring up letters randomly in a relationship. Absolutely not.
They should know I would not be the type of person who would appreciate a letter.
I feel like you give yourself too much credit in
the not liking letters department.
No, you give yourself too much well, I mean, hey, I don't know you. I if you don't like it, I believe you. That's not a surprise. I'm saying you think that like you, how do I say this? You're making a lot of assumptions about your woman knowing you.
I feel like I'm fairly easy to read.
Oh, that was a funny joke you made all night. I feel for future girlfriend. Feel for her. My sympathies to you, Miss Mamas. I'll give you my number. We can trauma bond about it later. As I tell you to write the letter.
Yeah, okay.
To give you more trauma. Yeah, and then Kurosawa. So okay, speaking of things that I would not appreciate, coming to randomly surprise me during a work trip, I'm fine with a letter. I'm not okay with that. Don't do that. See, if you were like no to that, only I understand, because huh?
What, you don't like surprise visits?
No. Like,
I feel like that's more romantic than a letter. Like, he came out 5 hours or however long away he is in the train.
It's romantic, but it can be depending on the work trip. Like, if this is a work trip where I was like, I'm doing nothing. If I'm doing nothing, it's fine. But if I'm doing work, like, no. Leave me, like, I'm not here to be romantic with you. I'm here on a work trip. Like, that's crazy.
That both these scenarios are things that only work in fiction.
I wouldn't. The letter one debatable, but definitely the second one I can agree with you. Like that is not practical. Surprising me coming up because I'm a planner, so I like having a set. So if someone comes and surprises me, being like, "Oh my god, hey!" when I have like a whole plan thing set up. I'm like, okay, now you threw me off. I mean, I'll be okay if you come. Once again, unless it's a work trip, I have lots of work to do. Like if it's something where it's like, okay, I have to work until this time, and then I'm off the clock, and then we could do whatever. That's fine. Or /and if you are ready to leave me alone from 9 to 5 on this work trip, while I just do my work, and then whenever I'm free, then we can do whatever. Because I really don't want to hear you complain, being like, "Oh, I'm bored. I came all this way to see you." Because I think in my mind that's how people normally are. Like they make the very impulsive decision to visit you, and then they're just like, "Wait, oh my god, I didn't like really sit with the consequences of my actions. You're just not gonna drop everything for me?" I've literally dated men who've done something like that before.
Right.
I've literally dated men who've done that, so I'm like, I really dislike that. But it worked out for Kurosawa and Adachi, because Adachi was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna like say how I feel and blah blah blah, and I'm just gonna love all over you." And then it, from what I see, it looks like they did the thing. They probably did the deed. Which I'm just like, ooh, are his powers gone? Ooh, we have to find out next week. Yeah, I have to find out next week, which probably is gonna be the case. Like, oh my god, powers are gone. Um, on the other hand, we had the whole thing with Tsuge, which I will say Tsuge was very cool this episode. Like, Tsuge's just really cool. Like, I feel like he's just a cool character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just very cool. Even though he was very quick to like write off his budding relationship with Minato. He was very cool about his confession. It still felt really rushed to me. Like, they just didn't. They really just
ran through it.
They really just didn't have the time, like Kurosawa and Adachi did. Which is weird because usually Plan B relationships are in Shonenai are usually handled better than this. I feel like they didn't give the care. I feel like we really could have gotten some really good shit from Minato and Tsuge.
Mm-hmm.
But they just introduced it way too late. Like, I don't know what they were waiting for.
I feel like they realized they didn't have enough material just to make it about the main couples. Like, fuck, we need a secondary couple. But they didn't have enough time to do a whole secondary relationship. So their relationship ended up getting, like, really weird pacing issues.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it just felt very like I was like, okay. I will say, I think I liked their confession moment more than the main couple. Like, I felt like it just had more. It just had more oomph to it, so to speak. Like, Tsuge was really cool in the confession, and then Minato was like, hey, Baka, like, da-da-da, don't, like, they had a proper back and forth about it. I don't know, it just felt, I don't know. I think I just preferred it more. Just their confession compared to the main couple. But yeah. Other than that, no, this was a good episode. And next week, or rather this week, is the last episode. So yeah, I really enjoyed more, give or take a few things. I enjoyed the progression of this Shonen.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Up next we have Mahou Shoujo ni Akagarete, episode 12.
So plot is done. Time to get to plot.
Gross. Yeah. Utena, that massage scene was so wild. I was waiting for it to just get caught by literally anyone.
I feel like this show is similar to Ishizoku Reviewers in that it's really pushing the limits of what it can get away with on TV.
Yeah, agreed. Mind you, if this was the main character man MC, the way I would have been hung it up after episode 2 or 3. Because the entire time it was, yes, I know, and literally every straight man was like, "Oh my god, Yuri!" Ugh. But meanwhile, I was like, "Oh my god, Utena, stop! Oh my god, Utena, what if someone catches you?" And I should have known they were just doing porn at this point, so no one's gonna catch them. It would have gagged if they did.
She got caught.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if Sayo finds out that Utena is Basir just by her fingering her. Like, oh, yeah. Wait, I recognize only one person fingers me this well.
Oh, I love how she just went from, oh yes, I'm bigger, stronger, and better now, to drooling, almost coming in public. Oh my gosh. And also Utena just literally losing her fucking shit. Like, I'm just gonna give you a massage. It's fine. Let me just hike your ass, like hike up your skirt and rub your pussy. Like, what?
Yeah, this is a
I'm like, Utena, you're not Utena, you're not you're not you without Snickers.
Yeah.
Or your transformation device. So yeah, that was kind of wild. I it's cute. The lesbians had their own little moment. I know the lesbians as if they're not all lesbian, but
Well, yeah. The main
but you know what I mean. The only ones who are actually a couple had their little moment in their room when she was like, "Oh my god, let's go shopping." I was kind of hoping they were all gonna meet up.
Yeah, it would have been a cute like shopping trip. I mean, we kind of did get a shopping trip episode, but it was more.
Yes, it just wasn't them. Yes.
Although Kiwi and Utena had a little kind of cute mom's moment with Alice, where they took her. That scene where like Kiwi lifts her up and like Superman's her across the room.
Yeah, and she was like, "Kiwi, don't run," and Kiwi's like, "I don't give a fuck." And then when she gets her the Ultraman toy, and then Alice is like,
yeah.
But then she ends up liking it because Haruka's sisters like it. Which they're so cool. Also triplets, it's crazy.
Kiwi just showing up like, oh my god, are those your kids?
That was funny. Yeah, I just love how this whole fight happened because Alice was just like, I want to play more. I'm just gonna transform, make Godzilla a real. I gagged when she also then made Haruka like super size out of nowhere.
Just for the whole play scenario.
Yep, and then of course Kiwi and Utena were like, let's help our comrade. Wink, wink.
Yes,
Yeah, and then just the whole fight that broke out over poor Haruka. He just ended up in her panties. And they just popped off. I love how the moment she turned big, all the girls. It was just one thing I can literally like. I really love that. I don't know. It's crazy how much more tolerant I am of the fact that this is just like clearly like a Yuri, ecchi anime. Because literally all you saw was girls taking pictures of her panties.
Yeah.
When she grew.
There's no guys in this universe. They're all women.
Yeah, which work, honestly. And then yeah, when they broke they ripped her panties, and then she was just like, "Fuck this shit," and just punched them all away, very slapstick style. I like that. That was a good way to end it without it getting too crazy.
Right? Yeah. I was like, listen, they had their one crazy scene in the first half. We don't need two crazy scenes. Save that for next week on the final episode.
Yeah. Also, last note, Sulfur looked really cool in casual clothes. Like, I really liked her outfit. Very, very her.
Yeah, Sulfur has like the best outfits, I think.
Yeah, I really fucked with Sulfur. Alright, up next we have Ishura episode 12, the last episode.
Yes.
So Karate died. Boo-hoo.
Oh no.
Boo-hoo. And then the knight kind of like talks to Taryn and like tells her like, oh, she's dead. And then Taryn's like, yeah, like sorry. Oh, sorry. Guy. A cough trapped. inside. But she was like, yeah, I even used my Kurte's relationship with the wyverns to get the wyverns on my side. And I'm just like, oh, damn, you kind of literally just kind of went crazy with the idea. Like, I don't know. Like, she revealed very quickly that she just was like, yeah, I kind of went a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the homeboy made a really good point when he's like, girl, you don't have an army. You just have wyverns and a nuke. Can't fight a whole nation with that.
Yeah, you need more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt like, you know, she was giving season 2, maybe season 2, maybe start season 3 of Game of Thrones when before Khaleesi, like, had the Unsullied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something like that. Also looks like Elia got her lick back against Lana.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. Like, yeah, there's no way they're just gonna get along and everything's. Yeah, she did her whole slow acting poison spell.
Yep. I was like, damn. Rip Lana. I also kind of feel bad for Kia because Kia's still like. I just feel bad for her just being so manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's still like, oh yeah, we can go back and try fighting Lana, right? And she's like, sure. Sure, TM.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we find out at the end of this season, which is I guess why they're having season 2, that the whole tournament is actually happening next season.
Yeah, so this whole thing was kind of just a prologue.
Setup.
Yeah. To next season, which was announced. I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be sure. Like,
yeah, because why would you lie to me in the what calls it, the synopsis?
Yeah, like the synopsis is literally there's a tournament. No, there fucking wasn't a tournament. This was like the preamble to the tournament.
Exactly. Which, you know, is not. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just, you know, not what I expected.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is more exciting than this like a simple ass tournament style.
Yeah, but I sort of like to.
Yeah, I still wanted it
Mm-hmm.
at some point. Let's see what else happened. I've come over to Yuno's understanding, even though I just feel like she just bitches so much, like that she's just so one note. But it's like I get it, I guess. Like I feel like she actually has like the proper trauma response to all this shit, where she's just like, no, I don't want y'all to just have that attitude of like, I just want to fight. I don't care what happens, because it's like, you know, you have that attitude at the expense of my world. And all the people that I care about who died and shit. Like, I'm so glad the golem that you defeated, like, you know, you were there to save you from the golem, but you know, the golem wasn't just a thing to fight. It was a thing that destroyed like my girlfriend and my life.
Right.
So it's like, I get it. I mean, I just wish you would literally talk about anything else for like just a second. But I feel like this conversation, like, I think she really kind of nailed it. Like, her point. Like, this is the first time she said it in a way that didn't just like annoy me.
Yeah. Without her being completely crazy.
Right. So yeah, they're looking for people for the tournament. To look for a hero. The Princess of Aurelia. I guess there's no king as of right now, which is why I guess one of the reasons why they're looking for a hero. They want some kind of stability in the nation. but she's like, it's giving she's smart enough to know what she's doing. Because she was like, do we need a real hero? We can just make one. Like, we can manufacture a hero and just pass it off.
Yeah, she's definitely a little bit sneaky.
Yeah, she's smarter and sneakier than she lets on for a woman so young. Jelky, I guess he's an advisor for the kingdom. He I don't know. I don't think he likes that plan too much.
No.
Excuse me. I don't know why I felt like there it seemed like, I don't know, the way the scene ended where they're all watching him walk away. I'm just like, are they about to just like kill him at some point? They're about to be like, you're doing too much, you gotta go by. I don't know, but it was kind of crazy. Yeah. Also, apparently, the hero who killed the Demon King is like disappeared, so that's why everyone's like, ah. But yeah, I think that's it for Ishura.
Yeah. There's only 4 whatchamacallits left, heroes, candidates, which I think is interesting. We narrowed it down from the beginning.
Yeah, a lot of people. Well, they either died or they disappeared. They didn't all die. Mr. Skeleton Man just went somewhere else.
Yeah, he left. He bounced. He was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, he's like, "Okay, yeah, y'all lost. I gotta go. Bye." And yeah, Taryn is assumingly dead because she just said, "Well, I'm just gonna do the thing that causes me to die, which is attack the priest." Yeah, so I guess. Oh yeah, and Alice still has some hard on for the old dude. I don't know why. They're gonna fight, and I feel like the old man's gonna find a way to win, and it's gonna annoy me.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna annoy me so bad because the dragon wants this too much, and it seems too obvious that he's gonna win. Now I feel like he's gonna lose. But yeah, all in all, this anime it was better than what I give it credit for. It was better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think we took a chance on it, and it's fair to say it it lived up to expectations, or at least it surpassed my expectations, which were very much nothing.
Yeah, so much so. I feel like they handled all the moving pieces a lot better than I thought they would. They all kind of were interwoven very well. And always had like something a little new to add in. I think I'm going to give it. I'm gonna give it an 8. Solid 8. It's okay. It's okay. Or did I want to give 7.5? 7.5, 8. No, I'll give it an 8. Good designs. In terms of character designs, the characters are, they're somewhat they're okay. They're passable. The characters are okay. Okay, I'm giving it a 7.5 because the more I'm talking about it,
you're talking yourself.
I'm talking myself down from it. Like the character designs are good. The action's pretty decent, especially considering it's CG. The characters themselves, passable. Like their personalities and motivations, passable. Except for Kurte. I don't know why the fuck Kurte kind of fucked her mom over and undermined her whole kingdom, which led to the destruction of everything. Like, Don't know why she decided to go that route. It's like that's the thing I didn't like, because to me it just didn't make any sense. Like I still don't know the reason why.
Mm.
Yeah, the dialogue was like it felt very repetitive. A lot of parts. Like I said, looks at
Yeah.
Everyone, no pun intended. It was very serviceable. The characters, yeah, like I said, a lot of it was in the design, a lot of it was in the fighting, and in the plot setups. But yeah, the dialogue was meh. The characters, meh. But yeah, but it was solid. Like I said, much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it was much more solid than I thought it was gonna be. I pretty much agree with. I think the characters are really cool, like lore wise. I think the strength of the show is like the lore and the world.
Yes, the lore.
Sure.
Yeah,
like it was like you create a really cool world and kind of like really cool character concepts and stuff. The storytelling itself is a bit like wonky and
that's where it kind
of.
That's where it kind of suffered.
Yeah, I feel like now that it'll just be a tournament and like every like storyline is converged, I feel like the second season will probably be a lot better at telling a story. But yeah, I think the action was decent, especially because it was all CGI. Like I still think one of the best scenes was the. It had a few moments that were just really really cool, like the whole wyvern fight with
the wyvern fight, the wyvern battles.
Wyverns, yeah, that was really cool. It was way gorier than I was expecting. There were some really good gore moments, with like people's faces melting and shit. It had some good moments. I'm definitely gonna watch season 2. Can't guarantee we'll cover on the podcast.
Right, it would have to be a slow season.
It'd have to be a slow season, yeah. But I will definitely watch season 2 because I'm interested in seeing where the story is going.
Agreed.
And I think that's the best compliment you can give to a show like this. I wasn't expecting it to be like Code Geass or something, so
yeah.
The fact that they got me interested is good enough for me.
Yeah, same. All right, up next we have Sousou no Frieren. I was by Sousou no Frieren by Madhouse. Like,
by Madhouse.
The adventure is over, but life goes on. Let's read the synopsis. Episode 28, which is the final episode.
Oh, it's over.
Yep. Sadness. So Denkin passes. I knew Ubel was gonna pass. I love it. Ubel's like, he's just like, I even though she passes, I still like that she still kind of like does not like her. Clearly though, she's just like, you pass, and she's like, really, is that all? And then she's like, do we really have to talk? And she's like, no, I guess we don't. And I was just like, oh, that was like, it's like you passed, but it was still like there's still hostility in that moment. My favorite passing was when the Ada Ada mage.
Yeah. I just thought you were cute and small.
Small and cute, and she's like, oh my god, you passed. Like,
I could have been a first class mage, man.
Right.
I'm like, damn, she's super cute and small. You pass.
That was so funny. I want to see what her name is. Methode. Yeah, so I want to give some respect to her name because I really like her.
Yeah, I hope a lot of these characters like come back or become recurring characters. I really want to see a lot of them again, like Denkin and Luwayne and Kana and Methode.
Me too, for sure. Speaking of which, like Duncan, I really grew to like him. Like, I just, yeah, he's just like the grandpa I always wanted. Like, I love how he just spoils kids. Like, that's so cool.
It's cute because he never had
Kids
children,
of his
so it's
own.
like, yeah, it's really
Exactly.
cute trait.
Like, he's always been very protective of children. Even in the first exam, he like insisted, he's like, don't kill the kids. They're young. Even though Rector was like not having that, he was just like, I'll try not to kill them, I guess. Like, if I do happen to throw this big ass stone on
Richter
them.
is just another guy, like, because he's just a tsundere, but he's just like for a tsundere, but for magic. Like, I'm gonna kill these kids. No, you're not. He acts tough all the time, just doesn't do shit.
Right.
He's just a softie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with that whole fix this bag of fix this this crappy wand. And then the moment she says something like, "No, it's bad," and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry." Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's a very lovely wand, you know.
Right. Werble really surprised me this episode. Oh my god! I feel like I liked a lot of these mages from.
Yeah, so I'm saying like a lot of the characters are really good in this arc. Like I hope we see them again because they have a lot of good development.
Like I loved how Werble went. Like it's so interesting how Werble's whole introductory was like he's a type of mage who's like, I'll just kill whatever. Like, I'm ruthless and I fuck up whatever. Like, I know all this fighting magic and I'm all about fighting and doing stuff because this is all I do with my magics, bitch. But then, really, he's not actually that much of a killer. To be honest, I feel like he kills when he feels like he has, like, when there's no choice, he will kill if he must. But if he doesn't, he won't.
Yeah.
You know? He's actually really insightful. And we learned that because, you know, he was once again influenced by Himmel. So that was cool. And he had a really good quote too. I forgot what it was. He was like, death isn't the only way to say goodbye, or something like that. And then he's like, oh, well, you would know that, wouldn't you? I was like, oh. Okay, Werble. And then Cydier's petty ass banned Frieren from the association for the next 1,000 years.
I like that because it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, fuck Frieren.
And I feel like she was even more upset. She was even more mad when Fern was like, yeah, I want the spell to clean my clothes. Which, by the way, yeah. Why learn to fly when I can do laundry forever?
Yeah, it was a smart choice. It's like the most practical choice.
Mages can already fly, but yeah, why learn some super laser beam blast when I can just learn how to clean clothes? If you can learn one spell from Cydia, what would you learn? What would you get?
Oh man, assuming that there's a spell that can do anything, I wouldn't really want a combat spell because I assume if I pass the exams, I'm very good at combat already. I'd probably want something practical like Fern got. You know what I would want? I would want like a form of teleportation, like maybe a spell.
Wow! Shut the fuck up!
Like travel to any city.
No, because that's what I was thinking too. That's literally my answer. That is literally my answer.
We know each other too
well. Because I'm just like all those times where I'm just a little too late to catch the train.
Yeah, just teleport there. Any place you've been already, you can just teleport to. I'm sure a spell like that has to exist.
Like, I don't want to pay cover fee to get into a club. Boop.
Teleport into the VIP room.
Well, I mean, you probably wouldn't want to like show your magic like that. I
Mm.
probably just like teleport to the bathroom.
Mm.
Just be like, whoop, in the bathroom. um, damn. Like now, I feel like I gotta pick another
Yeah, I
one.
took it from you. I went in
Uh,
before you and got the spell. It's gone now.
uh, um, um, I'm trying really hard not to lean into like the telepathic route.
Mm.
Try to take something more, I guess, more fun. And not also not broken. Um, I want the ability. I want this the ability to multiply things.
Multiply things. That'd be interesting.
Yes, I want the ability to multiply things. I feel like there's so much in this world that. I mean, obviously, like with stipulations, like the bigger the mass, the harder it is. Like I can't just
Mm.
like make like 10 like fucking Empire State buildings. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this world just is always like we just need more things. We need more things. We need more things.
Mm.
Like obviously, well, at least in my mind, just literally multiply food to feed the homeless. Like here you go, boom, recreate this food perfectly. Here's the food.
Mm.
And it's like I can even go as far as like I'll replicate the container with the food inside. Boom, here we go. Pass out food, pass out water, more garbage bins in our area so we cannot have so much litter around. Um, you get a flat tire. Boom, I literally make a new tire. You don't have to worry about a spare tire. Or I guess in a crisis, even though I would say like this would be the limitations of my power. Like boom, I just give you another car.
Mm.
Just shit like that. I think would be cool. Like make a spare of keys. Like I feel like as ability like that is like really like useful for day to day.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess to have a power to help the world be a better place and all that stuff. Mm. Um. Yeah. That was a very good power for her to get. Um. Also, it was very cute to see how Stark was like well known and liked by everybody. That was really nice.
Mm.
So that was cute. And then Sidie with that one part where she basically, I don't know, after Sidie's student tries to kill Frieren for whatever reason,
Mm.
you're just like, why can't y'all just be cool with each other? Why have to be tsunderes? Like you really have to get her attention so much that you're willing to kill me?
Yeah.
Like, girl, just like be cool with each other until you die.
Like, see a therapist. Stop taking out your anger on me.
Right. And and I guess we saw the reason why she like got banned for 1,000 years when she was like, huh, you saw how much you hated my spell of flowers, but you made these flowers with magic. And even though this is Flame's favorite spell, so it's
Mm-hmm.
almost as if still you just generally like them, got to be cool with people, but you just didn't want to say it because you just want to be tsundere so bad.
Mm-hmm. And then she was like, "Fuck you, Frieren."
Yeah, she's like, fuck you. Don't come back here for the next 1,000 years.
Yeah, show you being friends with everybody.
That's so funny. Alright, I guess it's time to rate this. Man, well, it's your turn
My
first.
turn first?
Yes,
Damn.
I don't,
Hard.
right, I am not, I'm not envious of you.
Yeah, no, this is
Even though
tough.
I feel like, even though I feel like I feel like I know my score, but
Man, so my thinking is right now I'm going back and forth between 10 and 9.5
mm-hmm.
because man, do I want to give this a 10? Like I do think it's one of the best fantasy anime I've ever seen. It has great characters. I mean, the character writing in the show is probably among the top character writing I've ever seen in anime. It's up there with like Vinland Saga for me.
Agreed.
Um, the action is not all. It's not a very action focused show, but when it is action, it's very well done. Um, I love the characters. I love the premise of just having like this journey. Like it's very interesting and unique in its premise. Music is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
animation is excellent. The art style is great. I never really. I'm trying to think if there was any slow parts of the series, like oh, this episode was bad or this episode, and I can't think of any. Like it literally was just throughout the whole time, really, really good. I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 10. One of the rare 10s out there. I think this is one of the best fantasy shows I've ever seen. Yeah, and I don't think you can beat it. I don't think you get better than what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I'm giving it a 9.5.
Understandable.
Because I do think,
Mm-hmm.
and literally it's just like if I could, I would give it a 9.8. If we could do 9.8, like, and I would say like on a personal level, I feel like it would definitely is like a 10
Mm-hmm.
for me. I'm just giving it a 9.5 because I do think that, like as you said, there were. I feel like for a show that is so centered around magic, I think the
Mm-hmm.
only way they could have made this better if this show had a little bit more energy around magic and stuff. I feel like on the one hand, it's like that's kinda that was almost like the charm of Frieren of just how like yes girl give me nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it could have potentially maybe benefited, and this is literally just me splitting hairs. Um, just like in some parts, in some where it's just like more up, just more high energy, just more high energy moments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, everyone just a little. Everyone just like the expressions were just a little more deadpanned
Mm-hmm.
that I would like. Like people were just getting shot, stabbed, blown up. Faces never change. Faces never change. You know, like it almost, it almost in a, albeit in a kind, not in a super impactful way, but it just kind of dulls the impact of the magic for me. Just
Mm-hmm.
like the lack of bait. Like imagine just doing all this phantasmal shit, and then you look like you got Botox, and you're just like what, like whatever. You know, it would be cool if it was just Frieren who did this, but this is literally everyone. It's everyone has like the same facial expression throughout the whole thing. I think that's the reason why I'm giving it a 9.5 because it's like that little outbeat of there's just this little extra energy really could have just made it such even more just so fantastical
Mm-hmm.
to me at least.
Oh, that's fair.
So yeah, but like you said, this is an excellent, like literally one of the best anime I've seen, like in like my recent years or just in general. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
really good. The world building's excellent. The stuff's excellent. The characters are so great. Designs are so good. Um, enemies are great. Just Freerun herself as a character. so good. Like, yeah, it literally kind of just got better and better and better and better. So yeah, excellent anime.
Agreed.
All right. Up next we have um um whatchamacalls it? Apothecary Diary, episode 24. 24, yeah, 24, the last episode. It was kind of giving an all's well that ends well kind of ending. You know, very like, oh my gosh. Lacan finally buys Thing, you know, the mother of his child, even though he literally could have done that at any point. Excuse me. I guess it took a push from Mao Mao, who was just like, bitch, I know who you are, I know who my mother is, take responsibility.
Exactly.
You know, she still really very much does not like him. Oh my god. Like, I mean, I guess that's fair. Like, definitely can't expect sentiments to change overnight. He's like, I gagged when she said, and I quote, "He's a stud horse at best." I was like, fuck. Like,
she did not hold back
at all. So yeah, she still has very complex feelings about him and everything. Despair. I don't know. I really want to see them navigate that shit in season 2, which has been announced. Yay. So my mouth does a dance to send off. She mentioned Mei. I'm like, is it Mei or is it her mother? Like, I don't quite understand. Like, who's getting bought out? She mentioned Mei. It is her mother, right? I don't know why she mentioned Mei. She mentioned Mei like twice, and that threw me off, so I wasn't completely sure. Which I guess explains why she does her dance on the roof as opposed to like at the house, because like, yeah, that'd be a little bit awkward. And the dancing animation was so beautiful.
Yeah, they definitely were like, listen, we got some excess budget, so here we go.
Oh my god. Can I just say something? The dancing animation is kind of highlights why I don't like idol anime. Because you can give me stuff like that, and then you give me stuff like whatever I see in idol anime.
Yeah, that's true. Which
there
is a new Idol Master anime next season.
Oh well, you enjoy, I guess. Yeah, to show such a beautiful dance and in idol anime, all they do is jump up. Like I like no shade. I get it. Idol like it's a reflection of the dance quality in Japan idols in the real world, which isn't very high. No shade. That's just just what it is.
So much disrespect.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm gonna I'm gonna show y'all Produce 48 every single time where the Korean girls just cooked them till they were crying. Like that was like it was sad. It was so sad. I was like, I understand. Y'all don't have much to go on. Fight back, idol girls, fight back. Don't let K-pop show you up like this. Oh, and of course she opens up that damn leg wound.
She keeps reopening it. I'm like, that's just never gonna heal, man. Calm the fuck down.
Oh my god! So you should be lucky that it's not getting infected, and they don't have to chop that shit up, and you don't have. Then you're gonna end up like your dad / great uncle. Oh god, and that fake out the end. where I knew that was gonna happen. she's like, "Oh my god, can I get the Ox Bizzle now?"
Mhm.
And then he just headbutts her. That was funny. I love how I typed in ox and the Bezoar came up already, which means multiple people like
Yeah,
Google this.
it's a hot Google topic right now to
It's-
search.
oh yes, they are. They are the gallstones. Okay,
Yeah.
just want to remember. She was so happy when she got them. I'm so happy for her. But yeah, that happened, and yeah, that was kind of it. It was, very short, sweet, to the point for season finale,
Mm-hmm.
which I appreciated.
Same.
Okay, which I guess that means it's time to rate it.
Let's give us your rating, Drew.
Um, hmm. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Because at first, a lot of scenes were just like, why are we doing all this random shit for? Like, why are you just telling all this random shit? Like, da 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 da. Like, why? It seems like kind of like random. It seems like whatever. I didn't really care too much about it. It felt really episodic towards the middle. I was complaining a lot about it. And then they said, oh yeah, it's all connected. Like from episode 3, 2, 3 to now, everything is connected to everything. And which it's like one of like the hypest moments of this season of anime generally for me. Like they really did that. It was a lot of good character build up, and stuff was still happening. It wasn't just like all just like, there's like there were slow moments scattered around for sure. I will not pretend like there weren't, where I'm just like, oh my god, something happened, please. Well, we got, some good character moments, good character development, finding about just like the intricacies of the rear palace. Like that in itself was just so fascinating to watch, just to learn about how prostitution works. And of course, the plot twist with the babies being switched around, and all the drama with the backstories of everything being revealed. Um, yeah, it was a very cohesive piece of work. Very surprisingly well written. Like, yeah, it was pretty good. Really, like I said, like most of the characters, they're for the most part, even some of the smaller characters are relatively fleshed out at one point or another, which I appreciate. Like for example, like with a Gao Shun, just finding out randomly he's a eunuch, but like they're not chopping the dinglings off. It's medical castration, and he's like, that's fine. I already have kids and grandkids. So yeah, just a bunch of random tidbits about stuff. It just makes it, it always had enough to not completely keep me out of it. Minus plus or minus like an episode or two where I'm just like, okay, kind of dragged on.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna give it a 9. I agree with you for the most part. It's just like it does this. It's not for everyone because it definitely has like slow build where it's like, oh, something's happening, but what's the point of this? And it'll do it for like 3 or 4 episodes in a row, and then the whole thing will be like, oh my god, it built up to this whole big thing, which is amazing in the moment, but the build up is really slow. Thankfully, all the characters are really good, so it's not like, thank God the writing and the characters are so good, because otherwise the people would not sit around for all the build up. But yeah, I think my only issue with this is just the slow pacing. It's just really really slow. The highs are really high, but it takes a real long time to get there.
Yeah, but the payoff is worth it.
The payoff is worth it, definitely. And Mahou is just top tier as a character. I love
Mahou. Yeah, she's pretty great.
Mm-hmm. She
very fun, very
spicy.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
All right, that's all I have to say about it.
All right, cool. Well, we're done with our weekly reviews, which means we are done with this motherfucking show. Oni, please be a dear and take us out.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the Waifu podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to catch every episode as they go up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. Also, we will be pushing out a guide for the anime season coming up for spring, so keep an eye out for that. And if you're a channel member or patron, then you can actually vote on our Patreon exclusive show, which we'll add to the podcast. So if you want to join that and you know what to do, go do it. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Like I said before, wow, an actual announcement. Just a reminder, starting next season, we will be showing faces for Patreon, for the $5 tier and up. So if you want to see us in our natural habitats going back and forth with each other, let us know. We might not do it every episode, so I don't want to get your hopes up too high in case, like, if there's like an episode like where I'm feeling like complete due to garbage, like, yeah, I might not want to show my face for that. But yeah, that's definitely something we want to bring, and yeah, and we're gonna be bringing even more content to Patreon in the future, so look out for that.
And yeah, so if you guys are excited for the new content, well, you know my brain is broken. Guys, until next time, this has been Soberoni and
Truby. I didn't finish that thought.
Yeah,
like, if you're excited for that content,
then fix my brain so I can get on that content. We'll see y'all next time. Later.
Bye.